Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are going to take you on a drive down Ocean Boulevard. This is the main strip here in the Grand Strand in Myrtle Beach. We're going to show you everything that's going on here, and this is Thanksgiving weekend. So we hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., we hope you're just having a great weekend. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything in Myrtle Beach and the surrounding areas. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So we just passed Damon's, which is oceanfront dining. If you're interested in our review of that, we have a video review where we ate there and we cover that. It's like I said, they've got some great oceanfront views, but we talk about the food in detail. If you're interested in that, it is linked in the description below, or you can go to our YouTube page and search for it. Just look for Damon's. So it is a beautiful day today. We've had a couple of overcast days with not the greatest weather. So if you're in town for the Thanksgiving weekend, now you've finally got some great weather. It's beautiful. It's chilly today. It is currently around 50 degrees, but earlier this morning it was in the 40s, and it's quite windy. So I know those of you up north think 50 is fine, but you add our coastal wind and it's a little bit chilly for, I think, even hardy people this morning. But now it's actually feeling pretty good out, now that it's up to 50. I don't love 40s, but once we hit 50s, I think I'm pretty good. Now this is a hardcore biker here. A lot of you have said you really enjoy our biking videos, Ocean Boulevard. We will absolutely do more of those, but not when it's 50 degrees and windy. That's too cold for me. You get that extra wind on the bike and it's just a little chilly. So today we've got the driving version. If you are new to our channel and interested in seeing what Ocean Boulevard looks like from the bike view, we've got plenty of videos. You can go to our channel and search for one of those. It is definitely an interesting way to see Ocean Boulevard for sure, but if you do decide to bike, do so at your own risk. There's obviously risks here with the normal traffic. Right now, not so much traffic. Later today, you'll see traffic. So in case you missed that clock that we just passed, it is 9:48, and this is Saturday morning of Thanksgiving weekend. And there are a lot of people here. I know it doesn't look like it right now because it's in the morning and it's chilly out, so people aren't going to be walking as much, but we have seen a lot of traffic once you get up into the day, like in the afternoon. I would say more than I'm used to seeing on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's usually not that huge, and it's not crowded to the point where you're going to be in long lines waiting to eat and stuff like that. I don't mean that kind of crowds, but it's just more than before Thanksgiving and right after Thanksgiving. Here's the landmark resort with this breezeway that goes over Ocean Boulevard. It's currently the only hotel that has a breezeway across Ocean Boulevard, and they have that $3 million water park over to the left there. But they are going to be building a new resort. We'll talk about that when we get closer to the area, that's going to have another breezeway across Ocean Boulevard. So that's pretty neat. It's exciting new stuff to come. There's always something new on Ocean Boulevard. That's what's nice. Things are always changing. The city has been buying up a lot of older hotels, if you're not familiar with this process, because it's more of a local news kind of thing. So if you're not familiar with it, the city of Myrtle Beach has been buying up older hotels that are sort of in bad shape or abandoned or public nuisance, whatever, and they're tearing them down and making room for new businesses. They're making a lot of improvements. There's a new art and innovations district in the downtown area of Myrtle Beach, which is very close to the central Boardwalk area. Once they get more of that built, we will definitely be doing a tour of that, so that you can see, you know, what that looks like. Right now, there's just a few new businesses, including that Grand Strand Brewing Company, which you may have seen if you visited, but they're definitely adding a lot of stuff to that area. So coming up here ahead of us is one of the items that is closed right now. Not a lot of things closed for the season in Myrtle Beach. Most things here are open year-round, but there are a few, and most of them are rides and amusements. The Skywheel stays open year-round, and there may be some other rides too. And I know Broadway sometimes opens their rides when it's a busy weekend, like New Year's weekend's a busy weekend, for example, and I don't know if they'll have their rides open or not. It changes year to year, but you can check their website if you're curious. But Family Kingdom does close down for the season in the fall, and it changes every year exactly when they close down. And they do all their maintenance. So you see the cars are off the Ferris wheel, so they get all their maintenance done. And over here to the right is where Splash's water park is. or was, excuse me, is no more, and we still don't know what's going to happen with that area. They have still left it just completely blank. I haven't heard any announcements. We will definitely let you know. Also, right next to Family Kingdom on the other side of the road, Captain Benjamin's Calabash Seafood Buffet is closed until January. I thought it was interesting they're opening in January, because January is pretty slow here. February it starts picking back up a little. In March we get busy with spring break. Not hugely busy, not like Florida busy, but we do get some spring breakers in March and especially April. So once you get close to Easter, we get more spring breakers. But January is usually a pretty slow time here. It's actually a great time to get some great hotel rates. So if you are thinking about a beach getaway, definitely check the rates in January after New Year's. New Year's is actually a very busy time here. We get a lot of people. Christmas, not so much, but New Year's, we get a lot of people in the area. The hotels are not cheap for New Year's, but once you get past New Year's, you can get some good deals. So we are now passing the 2nd Avenue Pier. I know you can't see it, but it's over to my right, and the Wicked Tuna, which is a restaurant with some amazing views as well. It's another oceanfront restaurant. We ate there when it was not Wicked Tuna. It was, I think it was just called the 2nd Avenue Pier restaurant. That was before Wicked Tuna, and the views there are really, really great. Really are nice. We need to check it out again sometime, but it's beautiful views. Our favorite oceanfront restaurant, since we're talking about restaurants, is the Sea Captain's House. I will link that in the description below. They have just great fresh seafood, and they're pretty consistent. We've been there one day when the food just wasn't quite up to par, but most of the time we've been there, the food has been fantastic. So we definitely, if we have guests in town, that's where we take them. I mean, just to give you an example, that's the place that we think has the best both view and food quality and service. We've had really good service there as well. They have great employees. So now you're starting to see a little bit more of the crowds we talked about. Now that we're getting closer to the heart of the strip. The strip runs from the south end, which is where we started, up to the north end, and Sea Captain's House is sort of the end of the strip before you get to the Golden Mile. If you're not familiar with the Golden Mile, it is a mile of pretty much mansions. I mean, some of the houses look modest, but because they're on the beach, they are worth, millions. It's a really quiet area of Myrtle Beach with no hotels. Over here on the right, they are still working on this building. Still haven't heard what it's going to be. We are speculating based on how it looks. It is going to be condos on the top and businesses on the first level, but we don't know that for sure. We will let you know. More hardcore bikers. I'm impressed with these bikers. Too cold for our blood. Some of our neighbors from Boston were making fun of us though for being cold in this weather, so it's all relative to what you're used to. Over here on the right, we've got the volleyball courts, and up here is Ripley's Believe It or Not. We just did a video, on that. I'll link that in the description below if you're interested in what the inside looks like and whether it's worth visiting. They also have a bunch of other Ripley's attractions here, which we also have videos on our channel. You can check them out. A couple of arcades. Actually, I think there's 3 arcades right here in this area. A bunch of gift shops. So this is the centralmost area. So when you see us walk and do a boardwalk tour, this is where we're at. This is the central boardwalk. The boardwalk actually goes 1.2 miles, but this is the centralmost area. Also, we will have a video very soon of this. The boardwalk just started having their Christmas light show, and it is free. It is open to the public. It is free. There is a kids sort of play area where there's some upcharge stuff, but just to walk on the boardwalk and see all the lights is completely free. So that is a fun thing to do if you're going to be here between now and through the Christmas time frame. It's funny seeing, I think this is the first drive we've done on a cool day, because we even get warm days in the off season. I think the last time we did this drive, it was still warm. It's funny seeing all these restaurants without a bunch of people sitting outside, but this is not a day you'd want to sit outside. You definitely want to be inside, because a lot of these pancake and breakfast places here have a lot of people sitting outside when the weather's pleasant. And a couple of days ago, it was 70 degrees. I mean, the weather here just varies a lot this time of year. We have a video on winter weather if you want to check that out. It's on our channel. We go into all the historical averages and the details, but just needless to say, if you come this time of the year, bring a lot of different clothing, bring warm weather clothes, bring cool weather clothes. Generally speaking, you don't need major cold weather clothes, but once in a while, we had one last year, we get one of those Arctic blasts and it gets cold. Last year we had highs in the 20s for a few days, and with the wind whipping, the actual real feel was like 7 degrees, so it can get really cold here. It just doesn't last. That only lasted a few days. It doesn't stay that cold here for very long. So there's the Sandcastle Hotel. Are you coming between now and the spring? Are you going to visit Myrtle Beach during that time period? Leave us a comment below and let us know. And also, if you're not, let us know when your next trip is. We always like hearing about that. And let us know if you're going to stay here on the Strip, what your favorite hotel is. That helps other viewers know where to stay when they hear from other people. We get a lot of questions about that. As locals, we don't have a lot of advice. We have stayed at the Marriott Residence Inn and we like it. A long time ago, that's oceanfront, a long time ago we stayed at the Hampton Inn and Suites here and we liked it, but that was a long time ago. Your best bet for finding a good hotel is to read the reviews on TripAdvisor. That's what we do when we go to another town that we're not familiar with. It's not perfect, but it usually gives you at least an idea of what you're getting into. Also, our personal recommendation is, unless you know someone who can personally vouch for a hotel and tell you it's good, stick to the big name brands. And no, we're not sponsored by them. You get some consistency with that. So the Marriotts, the Hiltons, you know, the Wyndhams, all of them. I'm not just calling out ones that, you know, that, like I said, we're not affiliated with any of them. It's just what's popping in my mind. You're going to get more consistency if you stick with a name brand hotel. And I know some of these privately owned are really nice, but I'm just saying, unless you know someone who can vouch for it, you're taking a chance. So now we're getting into the super tall skyscrapers. This is more towards the north end. And also let us know that in the comments. Do you like the north end or do you like the south end? And if you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps people find our video, which we really appreciate. And here's the only putt-putt that's directly on the Strip. There is one at the southmost end, but it's more on Kings Highway. This Lost Mine is the only putt-putt that's like right here in walking distance of the hotels. Like I said, there is one at the southmost end. It was right before where we started our video, but it's where Ocean Boulevard meets Kings Highway, so it's not oceanfront. Not many people out walking today. I was shocked to see the bikers, but yeah, it's a little chilly for a walk. We are going to go on a walk on the beach in a minute, though. We enjoy the beach year-round. That's always a good day to walk on the beach. It really is. The palm trees, the sunshine, especially a sunny day like this after having a couple of overcast days. So great to see the sun. There's a Starbucks on our left. There's several Starbucks up and down this entire road. Most of them are with hotels or other businesses. And there's even a Starbucks in the, I think it's called the Boulevard. There's a building right on the boardwalk where there's a Starbucks too. So if you need your Starbucks fix, there are plenty of options here along the main Strip. Here's Sea Captain's house that I mentioned. It is oceanfront, beautiful views. It's tiered on the inside. It looks small from the outside, but it is not. It is big, and almost every seat in the house, you've got a decent view of the ocean. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now and click subscribe so you won't miss anything new. Thanks so much for watching. Until our next adventure.